Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with set number 21106, the Minecraft Micro World, the Nether. This LEGO set is one of few from LEGO Minecraft based on the micro scale version, as opposed to the newly released minifigure scale version. This set is ages 10 and up, 469 pieces, includes 3 micro mobs, or 3 miniature figures, and was available in 2013 with the second wave of LEGO Minecraft micro sets. This originally retailed for about $34.99, and you could find it in stores such as, most online retailers such as Target and Toys R Us and Walmart, but you could also find it physically in stores such as Barnes & Noble and the LEGO store itself. So, let's take a look at the set now, starting with opening it up. That open. Oh, we're digging right into lava. Never dig straight down. The #1 rule of Minecraft. It's not like Fight Club where, the rule is don't talk about Fight Club. Wow. Oh boy. That is a lot of bags. These are really tightly packed inside. And as you can tell, we have instruction book number 1, Micro World, the Nether. And then instruction booklet 2, Micro World, the Nether. This one shows you 2 different sections of the micro world that you build. The first one shows you in highlighted form these 2 sections with a little lava bridge and a lot of black in one of the sections. And then the second one shows you another area to build. Probably one of these books has how to build the micro mobs and the ender portal. We also get loosely a brick separator. I don't think I have enough of these things. Orange, green, or gray. Folded up, we have our first large bag. This one has some of the ghast pieces, which are printed upside down. You'll see more about that when we build it and review it. And this will be reviewed on the main channel, as you know. A lot of dark red in here. I like this. Next, we have a small bag with some more dark red elements. We have a pink one in here, printed for the zombie pigmen. And we also have some jumpers in 2x2 form. Third bag, small one. We have the yellowish orange pieces, a whole bunch of them in here, and a lot of 1x1s. Very neat. Fourth bag. These are not actually numbered, but I'm counting. There are 4 bags so far. We have a pink piece in here. We got a little olive green piece, another pink piece. I see some knives. I see parts for the ender portal, and some Technic bricks. And then last but not least, another small bag where we have a lot of tiles. Tiles. They're all tiles. Everything in here is tiles. Everything is tiled. I don't know. I'm having fun. We have fun here at Maniac for Bricks. I decided to make that as a way of showing off some of the parts of the set, so it would be a little bit quicker in explaining details. After all, I couldn't actually film the entire building video for it, so I thought it would be helpful to put that information into this video. Plus, you also get to see the distribution of parts between the 4 bags. So now I'll take a closer look at the box art, which actually looks pretty cool. This one is kind of based on the lava block in terms of its little pixelated artwork on all the different sides. We also get to see on the front the micro world, the Nether, LEGO Minecraft, the micro mobs that are included, and the main model. On the top, it also shows you the actual size versions of each of the micro mobs. On the side, you get to see some of the actions played out in different areas, and for some reason, this area is able to be pulled out. I didn't actually know that. It shows you on the back some of the other Minecraft micro mob sets that were available in this time. This originally started as a LEGO Ideas, at the time, LEGO Kuso project for making the first Minecraft set in LEGO. And then it began to spread into the other 2, and now into the minifigure series. The other side also shows you how these sets look divided. Which, again, probably you saw that earlier. Next up, as mentioned before, we have 2 instruction manuals. And both of these build different parts of the set. The first one allows you to build the micro mobs. It also has an introduction about Minecraft, the game, and also explains some of the other sets, as well as this one in terms of detail and how they are played in the game. The first one builds micro mobs, and then it builds 2 of the first areas, and it also builds a portal. At the end of this book, it shows you a page 2, as in going to the instruction book number 2. In the background of all these pages, I noticed that there was a lava effect, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. They get into the Minecraft theme for the instructions. These instructions, and both of them actually show you highlighted what you're building. These instructions build the other 2 models that are in the set, and at the end, it shows you how they assemble. On the back of the instructions, it shows you the entire piece count for the set. And now we'll look at some of the extra pieces. I had to look back in the instructions to be sure that I built the entire model correctly, and I give a tip of my hat to Bricklink, which helped me identify the extra parts. As you can tell, most of these are 1x1 plates or 1x1 tiles, with only one 1x1 round plate, and then one 1x1 cheese wedge, and also an extra sword from the packaging. You also have an extra flame piece, and the brick separator is considered left over, although it is essential when you're building the model. We'll get more into that a little later. Some of the colors we have here for the pieces are olive green, light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, dark red, yellow, trans yellow, bright, I think it's a yellowish orange, I forget the exact name, pink, black, and trans orange. Next, we'll take a look at each of these little micro model Minecraft characters and objects. From left to right, we have the Nether portal, 2 ghasts, and 1 zombie pigman, as they are labeled on the box. To give you a comparison, here is an average minifigure, my sig fig, to show you the relative size and scale of these Minecraft micro mobs. I'm not entirely familiar with the Nether, so I do apologize right now if I make some mistakes about describing it and its main inhabitants. The Nether portal, is made out of several obsidian blocks and allows you to travel to the Nether, which is a good idea for including it in this set. I also like that they have these trans purple pieces in here in a 1x1 form. Kind of a rare thing, if not ever made before. We have 2 ghasts, which are both printed on the 2x2 brick, and what's interesting about these, they are made upside down. The stud on top is actually a plate inverted. So the technical way of holding the brick would be like this, but they are intended to have as flat a design as possible and give it the most amount of features. On the bottom, we get to see these little tooth pieces used as their tentacles. These are nice to have in multiples for floating around in the Nether. Last but not least, we have the zombie pigmen, which is actually a nice bit of detail on that 1x1 brick. It is printed, as I also mentioned, with the ghasts, and it also has a little knife or sword, I guess in this case. It's actually pretty cool to see it with a little bit of more detail with that 1x1 modified plate. So now let's look at the Minecraft world itself, the Nether. So now we'll take a look at the main build, and this one, as I mentioned before, is comprised of 4 different components. We can separate all of them out, but we'll do that in just a little bit. First, we'll try to get the camera and lighting to see the inner details, which actually looks pretty cool. I like the way that this is kind of in a diorama form. It has a little bit of 3D feel to it, so you have, some of the main stuff in the front, but you also have some nice extra details in the background. It's a little hard to see because, well, we have a little bit of overhang from the top of the surface, but it's, it's not something that can be removed, unlike much of the other Minecraft sets, in which the top could be removed and rearranged, but this one, not really so. You can actually see that more here when we take a look at the top bird's eye view. You can actually also see here that it is cut out on both sides. and even has a few little hidden corners in here. I checked the instructions multiple times just to be sure that I built it correctly, and I'm actually not sure why they do that. Probably just to give it a little bit more of those hills and valleys inside of the Nether, and to give it some more texture to this set. It is in a semi-pixelated form for most of it, although you can see in this section we have the flame pieces being used. I'm actually not sure what the section is for, but if I know my Minecraft colors to elements, I would say that this is the obsidian area, and probably other areas are made from obsidian or like materials. For some reason, there's a feature in here which you can take this part out. It's only put in by 3 2x2 jumper plates, and it rests on a 3x3 plane. I'm not really sure what this object is because, again, I am not experienced with the Minecraft Nether, so let me know in the comments if you know any better. It is a nice little feature to add, though, I will have to say. And it's actually a nice little area, which the first one you built, to have, a little Minecraft figure to fit inside of there in, just to come upon it, I suppose, as some kind of relic. The second area has all different types of lava and interesting detail in it with this long bridge across. Now, if you actually fit some of the Minecraft figures that are in the set in this area, they will not actually cross completely. I mean, you could put them in the middle, but that's as far as it can get. It is intended to go all the way through in here, but the figures are too big. I'm pretty sure that throughout the set, I might mention it a few times, the figures are not to scale with this area. This is just a small depiction of areas in Minecraft. On the other side, we also have a similar bridge, which is made from the two parts separated. And it's actually interesting, but, again, you could fit a figure on there and kind of walk them across, but not, again, intended for scaling. In fact, the weird thing about this part, in comparison to the earlier part, let me just separate these. These are actually connected by 1x2 Technic pieces, and you have little pins that can put them all together. So if you really wanted to, you could take out the pins and rearrange them in different forms, but not all the forms will work. You can even have it all laid out as one big display, kind of like the Bricktober sets, just have it all laid out as one object. Now, you may wonder, why can't I connect this bridge to that bridge? They're at different heights. So that's one thing I find odd about it, and would have actually been nice as an extra play feature to have those two link up. Because if I separate this section, and I separate this section, and I try to put these two together, the bridges don't match. There's just this little area in here that it doesn't work with. So, it is nice to get all of these little areas as a little display. Here's a look at all of them from the back. And this one's actually the most limited as far as use. You can't actually have it from 3 angles the way the other ones are, because it has this open doorway. The open doorway can fit the figure inside of there, if you really want it to. Maybe have them as a hidden trap. But there's a look at everything from the back, and honestly, I'm not sure why this area is left open. When I built this model, I thought that was kind of a strange thing, and I still don't know the answer. Perhaps it was a flaw in the instructions, but I'm not going to blame them yet unless I know better information. With some of the extra pieces in the set, you could redecorate some of the areas and even, customize some of the gravel and bedrock and netherrack and other materials that are throughout this nether region. Oh, now I seem to have put the bridges on different sides. So, it is an interesting display model, and that's all I can really say. It's a display model. Trying to fit all of these objects in here, is just for display purposes. There's no real play features intended other than the mixing and matching of all these diorama pieces, but there's really nothing that can be interactive the way that the minifigure scale ones can be. If you want to see the minifigure scale versions, I will try to pick them up at a later time, but for right now you can check out some videos by Big B Bricks or Bricks on the Dollar. to learn more information about those sets. I can't say how soon I'll pick those up, though. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos.